And so your mental health is really important, making sure that you know how to put it in the proper perspective so you're not sitting there sweating and panicking and dry heaving and going crazy. um, it also can be really rewarding on those really good days and good weeks and good months and good years when when you literally look around and you're like, oh my gosh, my net worth went up by $2 or $3,000 today, and I didn't even have to go to work to do that. That's pretty exciting, right? Long term, all the research shows that buying the dip is the best strategy. In fact, let me give you some studies here to kind of help you sort of process what you're seeing right now. Sometimes you got to hold your nose and look away. If you you know, and if you don't want to do that, another approach is you can buy in. You can look at these stocks that are now cheaper than they were before, and you can start making purchases. You can make some adjustments. I have put options, in a lot of the assets that I have, so the put options went up. I sold some long-term deep out of the money call options. You guys have heard me talk about that. If you don't know about options yet and you want to understand income generation from stock options, we have a great program in the Black Business School. drboyceprime.com is where you can go, drboyceprime.com. And literally, I'm glad I did it because I was able to get it while the getting's good. I was able to pull cash out because I always felt like this was going to happen at some point. Now, the thing about it, though, where I might be wrong, is you don't know how long this is going to last. The market has this weird thing where it'll go way, way down, and then you'll have a couple of weeks of just insanely high ROI where everything's just going up, 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 up. And so we're sort of sitting back and waiting to see, like, okay, which situation is this, right? Or does the market have a cold, or does the market have cancer? Right? Like what's going on here? Like, what, are you a little bit sick and you're gonna get better, or are you just like really just kind of down for the count for a little while? And because what's happening now is really a correction. It's not a crash, it's a correction. A correction means that the market is sobering up. The markets, think of it like a person that's been drunk and high. This market been hitting the liquor, the weed, the crack cocaine, this market's been hitting all the dope, the meth, the fentanyl. This market has been a doped up stock market, insanely ridiculous, where literally you've got 22-year-olds running around talking about, I made $80,000 today, day traders. And I promise you that most of those individuals, most of those guys, they're usually guys, they're getting body slammed today. They're crying in their beer. They're shocked. They're traumatized right now because that's what the market does. The market will give it, and the market will take it away. But what's interesting is that when the market sobers up, it's actually fun for people like me because we sort of look at the market from a more mathematical valuation standpoint. Most experts have been saying repeatedly that this stock market is highly overvalued. Most experts have said this is crazy. Like, why in the hell would somebody pay this much for that stock? That stock is not worth this much. And so now that everything's coming back to normal and certain people are being weeded out of the process, the real investors get a chance to really go in there and find assets that are good quality investments to make.